canned food is healthier than fresh, and I can prove it.
By the way, I'm MJ, founder of LoadedPotato.org and your refrigerator eliminator. I make shelf-stable meals, snacks, and lazy cooking hacks that'll save you time, money, and your fridge space.
So naturally, we all believe that fresh food from the produce section is healthier for us, right? But what if I told you that couldn't be further from the truth? It all started last summer when I decided to grow asparagus in my garden. I cut it and left it in on my counter for a couple hours, and by the time I came back, it was already wilting. What the heck? So how are they keeping all this produce fresh and looking amazing while it ships sometimes for months across the globe? Well, we'll start simple. The apples will get a coat of wax that's supposed to slow moisture loss and keep it looking fresh. But at what cost? Turns out there's some extra parts to it. The produce is actually stored and transported using controlled atmosphere methods and sometimes treated with 1 MCP, which slows ripening by blocking ethylene signals. 1 MCP, 1-methylcyclopropene, is a synthetic plant growth regulator used to slow down the ripening of fruits and maintain the freshness of cut flowers and vegetables. It works by blocking ethylene receptors in plants and thereby inhibiting the effects of ethylene, a natural plant hormone that triggers ripening and aging. This allows for extended shelf life, reduced food waste, and improved market value of produce. FDA says it's safe for humans, but dangerous to animals. Studies show potential toxicity to kidneys, liver, and red blood cells in animals, but somehow not to humans. Okay, cool. Also, some produce, especially citrus, get post-harvest fungicides to stop mold during shipping and storage. Two well-known are Imazalil and Thiabendazole, and the EPA sets legal limits for these residues. Imazalil is a broad-spectrum fungicide used in agriculture to control fungal growth in fruits like citrus, vegetables, and ornamental plants, primarily for post-harvest decay prevention. It works by inhibiting ergosterol biosynthesis, disrupting fungal cell membranes, and is applied to a seed dressing or a wash. While effective, it's classified as moderately toxic, potentially carcinogenic, and a hormone disruptor, prompting EPA warnings for farm workers. Thiabendazole is used as an anthelmintic antiworm for parasite infections like threadworms, a synthetic fungicide in agriculture and food preservation. However, its dangers include severe liver injury, central nervous system issues, confusion, hallucinations, seizures, dizziness, drowsiness, or severe reactions. So I have to say that the FDA and EPA monitor all levels and maintain safety levels. That is my disclaimer. However, in 1963, the FDA expressly stated that tobacco did not fit under the category of hazardous substances. So I'll let you decide for yourself. I mean, they're probably doing the best they can, but you might want to do some research yourself. Now let's talk about the actual nutrients in fresh produce. In 2007, Diane Barrett, a former food science and technology researcher at the University of California, reviewed numerous studies looking into the nutritional content of fresh, frozen, and canned fruits and vegetables. She found that spinach, for example, loses 100% of its vitamin C content in 7 days if stored at room temperature, and 75% if refrigerated. Carrots lose 27% of their vitamin C when stored for a week at room temperature. Crazy, right? They are just losing nutrients by sitting there. I'm not saying fresh is bad, but there are things that are happening that we aren't even aware of. I want you to open your mind to canned goods. Canned fruits and vegetables are processed incredibly quickly after harvest, often within hours, 6 to 12 hours to be exact, at peak freshness. They're processed with boiling water bath or pressure canners. So there's no need for any kind of freshness stabilizers because they aren't transported and don't need to look pretty at the store. Produce that will be canned are picked at their peak freshness, cleaned and cut quickly and heated in boiling water, packed in a can with liquids such as juice or water, sealed and then boiled and cooled to prevent spoilage. This allows them to remain shelf stable for up to 5 years. Unfortunately, canned options are often the most stigmatized form of veggies due to circulating myths that they are somehow void of nutrients. This is false. In reality, the canning process has a negligible effect on the minerals, fiber, and vitamin A, E, and K content of veggies. While some vitamins such as B and C may be slightly reduced in canning, many canned vegetables are still rich in these nutrients. Beyond just maintaining nutritional value, canned veggies even boast a unique benefit because canned veggies are exposed to heat during processing. Certain antioxidants in the veggies actually become more available to our bodies to use. A fantastic example of this is the canned tomatoes that become rich in lycopene, an antioxidant linked to the protection against heart disease and some cancers. But it is important to make sure that when you're buying canned goods, look for no salt or low sodium options on the label. Canned vegetables are a valuable addition to your pantry, providing convenience, a long shelf life, and essential nutrients, making them a worthy choice for your meal plans. So, in addition to all these benefits, canned goods are good all year long. You can eat pineapple whenever you want just by opening the can, not just when it's harvest time. You can buy them in bulk and store them for months or even years. Each one is different though, so make sure you check expiration dates. And since canned goods are usually pre-sliced and pre-cooked, you save time in the kitchen meal prepping, especially when paired with loadedpotato.org recipes that use only shelf-stable and canned goods in their recipes. And with canned, there's less waste. You open the can you need and use it. It's not like you have to buy a whole bag of carrots when you only need 1 or 2. Then it gets stuck in the back of your refrigerator, forgotten forever. So, if you're trying to eat healthy, canned veggies are a total win. Cheap, fast, and no, I forgot the spinach in the back of the fridge and now it's slime. If you want more pantry recipes that use only shelf-stable and canned ingredients, follow me and check out loadedpotato.org.